Chances are you didn't even know that Franciscan friars existed, let alone that there were this many, let alone that there are this many under the age of 50. For most, we are a remnant of the Middle Ages, a thing of movies and cartoons. The only ones left are old and gray, clinging to an institution that will soon be gone. And so how are there nearly 200 of them, all in one place? And why is this such a big deal for the future of the church? This is what I'm in Italy to find out. Back in January, I received a bit of an unexpected email. Let me read it for you here. Dear Brother Casey, I am the Secretary General for Formation and Studies of our Order and am preparing a meeting of all the temporary professed friars of Europe. There are a little more than 200 temporary professed friars in Europe. One of the topics most of them pointed out is the evangelization through media. I hope you'll be able to participate in this meeting. This is not exactly the sort of email you get every day, which is why I've been in Italy all week. And I'm not sure really what surprises me most about this. The fact that the Secretary General knows who I am, that he was willing to fly me all the way to Europe just to talk about social media, or the fact that there are 200 young men who want to be friars. Obviously, it's the last one. Come on, when you think about Europe, you think about empty cathedrals. You think about a culture that used to be Catholic, but people who haven't been to church in decades. You don't think about vibrancy. You don't think about youth. And yet, here we are. Despite being only a few hours away, many of these brothers had never met another friar outside of their own country. And so now here, an opportunity for men from Italy, Bosnia, Croatia, Poland, Slovenia, Slovakia, Malta, the Netherlands, Hungary, all over Europe. Brothers could come together to meet, to get to know each other, and build fraternal bonds.
It's an experience for me of goodness, beauty, and other things, you know. And for me is a very, very important.
Share different experience with different cultures, different languages, but following the same way, that way of Christ, following the steps of St. Francis. It's a way to say again yes to my vocation life.
And also, I guess the most important thing is feel the feeling to be part of a big order.
It gave me another point of view about what it means to be a friar.
For the most time of these 3 years I've spent in my province, and it's really good to know that there are also many brothers from all over the Europe of different cultures, different countries, different age, and it's really a diversity that is enriching.
I feel so overwhelmed with it, and it's a really pleasant experience that I'm not alone in these questions.
Yeah, so it's a great experience for me, not just because meeting new brothers and getting new friends from different countries, but knowing their situation in their provinces is very important to me, because seeing their situation, seeing their life, how they act or behave or work or pray in their parishes or their churches, it makes me feel good to know other peoples like me are in all of the world.
For 5 days now, the brothers have come together in prayer, worshiping in their own languages to be one people. We've met at the holy Franciscan sites like the Basilica of St. Francis, the Basilica of St. Clare, La Verna, the mountain where Francis received the Holy Stigmata, and now today we meet at the Porziuncola, the place where Francis founded the order.
Really interesting to hear in different language, but also fun, because you know, only to when to say Amen, you know, at the final of sentences, you know that it's finished, so you say Amen, and it's the same for every language.
I didn't know what the gospel was because they read it probably in Croatian, but we were there. Someone understood it. So we were really in a moment that was of church, that was universal, and it was strange, but it was then really good.
All the old churches, very, very beautiful, and to hear the liturgy in other languages also helps me to kind of hear it in another way, because when I hear it every day in Croatian, sometimes it gets boring, sometimes I don't even hear it anymore, just say things, but get to say it in different languages really makes me think about what I'm saying.
With these so many brothers together praying in the church and filling up the whole church with our songs, it's great. It's I'm really feeling like part of a bigger community, not just a small one.
As you can imagine, being a friar in Europe today is not an easy task. With religion on decline, there are many challenges, and they had an opportunity to share their own particular challenges with one another. But I also had an opportunity to talk with them one-on-one.
In Italy we have a lot of big structures, we have a lot of beautiful places that we may have to live in the future.
I'm worried about the structures, yeah, because now there are many structures in here, and maybe we could be like managers, but we are not like managers. I dream, my desire is to live like in a simple way, in a poor way. I don't want to be a manager. I want to stay in a place. I want to witness the love that God gave to me.
For me, it's difficult. For my province, we are getting lesser numbers for brothers, and because of that, we have concerns about our futures. We have a huge age gap between the youngsters and now the workers. They are in the 50s, and if they are growing older, what will we do? We are a lesser number now.
It's that we cannot explain the God's love. We cannot explain, we cannot testimoniate how God loves us, how God loves you, how God loves everybody, how God is in every moment in your life.
So my worry is about the friar who wants to just stay, no, just don't move, just conserve.
The world is changing, and it's quite I often feel that it's against Christian perspective to the world, and sometimes I ask how will it go in the future.
The message of Christ is going to become even more and more and more unpopular, especially with the young people, and what I see, and that worries me, but also as a Franciscan I'm called to be what Pope John Paul II called us, to preach the hope throughout the world.
Now, no doubt, challenges like this create an uphill battle, something that will not be easy in the years to come. And yet there was a sense of hope that was palpable.
I have an hope that in future we do another meeting like this, and maybe often also.
What can I hope is that we can create fraternity abroad, not just in Italy, but all over, with international friars.
For my brothers, I'm going to pray for my order, for my Franciscan order, and that's kind of my and I'm going away happier than I came.
Probably the most this Franciscan way of life. So, and that we are a community, and that God has already saved the world, that we just have to cooperate with Him.
The family is a help for all of the world, for all of the people, for everyone. I think the welfare, the helpful is to save world is the thing who save world is fraternity, is family, is love God's love and God's help that we can testimony to this.
Us Franciscans can be the cure for this world and the cure for this church that has needed us for 800 years. Today, no less than 800 years ago.
Usually in Hungary, we're speaking about ourselves in a bad way. We're thinking our future like a bad thing. But seeing the brothers' problems, I now see our problems as different. And to see these young brothers around me, it's a very great for me to see we have numbers in the different areas. So we are not dying out yet. We have hopes to the future.
We are probably right now start to begin a new way of thinking the order. It's not just about structures, it's not just about beautiful convent, beautiful friary, but it's about relation. It's about me and you staying together. It's about me and my brother staying not just in Italy, but maybe another part of Europe, another part of the world, and staying together and bring together what we are, what our cultures gave to us, but we can try to make something new on the way of Francis that always wanted to search just for Jesus. So it's really something good.